You should be a little proud of this Bears team.
And if you would let me get off what I need to get off about the Bears, I would.
You should be proud of this Bears team. I didn't watch the full game, but
I did.
I keyed in here and there. And just in general, to make it to the divisional round, we were talking last week, to win a Super Bowl in a lifetime is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Only, under half the league makes the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
So to have a team that's been what the Bears has been, and to make it not only in, but to take a game, should be celebrated at least a little bit.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, you can roll that into actually talking about the Bears now.
So the Bears. I'm incredibly happy and proud after this weekend. I was not sad after we lost the game in overtime.
You might be a little bit sad.
I really wasn't. I was very, very happy. But I have said one thing all year, and I have been consistent, and I have not changed my mind. Caleb Williams is the reason we aren't playing next week. He's the reason why we didn't win more games. He is also, to give him some of his credit, he is the reason why we were even in that game to begin with. That throw he makes on fourth down where he runs backwards about 20 yards and hits Komet in the back left of the end zone, as much as it's why are the DBs not playing on Cole Komet, whatever, he makes that pass. I can appreciate him making that pass and then realize that he threw that interception right at the defender in overtime. And I wouldn't be that mad at him if I didn't see his interview after the game. He had every opportunity to just go, it was on me, I didn't see him, and I threw the pick. But what he said was, well, I haven't really looked back at the footage yet, so I don't really know what there was. I saw whatever going across, and I threw it. And I know maybe I'm nitpicking. Maybe I'm being I just think when as a quarterback, when I saw, and I think it's because I saw the night before, Josh Allen say that he let his entire team down and he's crying at the podium, just say, it's on me. Not, I have to go back and look at the footage, I think I saw what I saw, whatever. No matter what, the ball you threw was never going to go to DJ Moore anyway. He was never catching that ball. So, it's more than just whatever. I don't know. The problem is that I love my team. I actually like a lot of our players. And I like what we've done. I've been happy with what we've done. I cannot stand my quarterback. I hate him. Because he reminds me of Rodgers with none of the... And he hasn't proven anything. So, maybe he goes back in this offseason, he gets better, he comes back next year, and he's really, really good, and he gets rid of the inaccuracy, the balls over people's head, balls at people's feet, the interceptions. Then maybe I'll like him, because then he'll just be good. But I'm very proud of the team. The defense came together. DeAndre Swift went from one of my most agitating players to one of my favorite players on the team. Caleb Williams is the problem. I don't like him. And like I've said all year, I would trade him for... I would go to the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Tampa Bay. I go to all these teams and offer Caleb and a couple of picks and try to get their quarterback out of him. He does not... I do not like him. He's impressive, but I don't like him. And I don't think he's a leader.
So what you're saying is Chicago Bears, Joe Flacco, 2026.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. You guys pretty much held the Rams at a tie almost the entire game.
The elements helped, but yes. Yeah. Our defense is very good at bending and not breaking. I'm very proud of the defense. I think the defense played really well. I don't think it'll be that good next year. We might. I don't know. It depends on people getting older, and we had some injuries and stuff. Like, I don't think Kevin Byard will have an all-pro season like he did this year. I'm very happy he did. I was happy when we traded for him. I knew he was older, but he's a good player. He's been a good player for a very long time. But Father Time comes for everybody. Yeah. But go Bears. Everybody blew it this weekend. The whole weekend of the playoffs I wasn't impressed by anybody who won the game. The Rams scraped it out against us.
Yeah.
The Patriots were given a win by a C.J. Stroud. He had a passer rating of like 26% or whatever it was. You could snap the ball and dirt it, spike it into the ground on every play and have a better passer rating than C.J. Stroud did this weekend. C.J. Stroud had it was 4 interceptions in the first half. What was the other game? The Bills just don't know how to win a game. As much as I love them, like that was probably the most impressive performance. That was the most competitive game, and like I think the Broncos did fine. But it feels like more the Bills let that get away from them than the Broncos won the game. And then Seattle annihilated the 49ers.
So bad.
Yeah, and I don't think... Well, going into it, we both had them going to the championship game. And the playoff. We both had them going to the Super Bowl.
But
so
yeah,
I didn't think San Francisco would be a problem for them.
No.
I think the Rams will. Because I think Seattle beats San Francisco, but they always lose to the Rams is what I feel like happens. But I could be wrong.
I'm still holding on that Seattle's gonna go to and possibly win the Super Bowl.
I am too.
But I do see a very big possibility, and I find it very funny given the other talks around the league that I'm aware of, not just because of you but others, that this Super Bowl may legitimately end up being Drake May versus Matthew Stafford.
I'd be fine with that. The Rams have not been impressive. They've played both teams close. A bad Carolina team. A playoff relative. A bad Carolina team. And a Bears team that was only ever good in the fourth quarter.
How does that Bears team measure up to San Francisco?
Well, they beat us at the end of the game. So.
Okay. You're just trying to use. I think
we're about as good as San Francisco. So.
Who got?
Our defense is better, but our offense wasn't consistent. If the Bears are like, if the offense is good the entire game, we're one of the hardest teams to beat in the NFL, and the Rams showed you that. And I think the Rams are really good.
You ready for my story about how I consumed the Bears and Rams?
Yeah.
So we had a new hire at work, so I couldn't pay attention to other stuff. I'm just like checking here and there, and every time I check, it's tied, and it's just another part. And I'm thinking at different points, because you'd be like, they can't be that bad if they're still tied. But I didn't want to jinx anything, so I didn't. Because God knows, if the Bears go up in the fourth and I text you, it's going to be the reason why they lose. Finally, it's like 10 o'clock. New hire runs to the bathroom, and I look at the score and I see 17-17 overtime, and I'm like, oh, I knew it was on the TV in the workout room. So I walk over to the door of the workout room, look up at the TV, and...
Caleb throws the interception?
No, it was the field goal kick.
Oh, okay.
It literally was the end of the game, the
geez.
final play, and I was like, oh, damn, R.I.P. Bears. I really wanted the Bears Super Bowl win after I said it weeks ago.
No. We were a year ahead of schedule.
A year ahead of schedule. Does that mean you're going to have a couple years of the Bears being good?
I think so.
Do you think they're going to...
I don't think we have the problem that the Commanders do. Because the Commanders... And it feels like the Commanders have always been like this. That they will sign old players. That are like... past their prime, and then they come to Washington and they have one more good year. It's like Washington squeezes everything else out of them, but the problem is that Washington puts those guys on 3-year deals.
Yeah.
So then they're either bad or they get injured really easily. And that's what I feel like that's what I said at the beginning of the year, at the end of last year. I don't know if Washington will be as good. It just happened that everybody that was good on their team got hurt, along with their young quarterback, who they didn't have half the year. So, our biggest problem is our quarterback, but hopefully he just gets better. Like, we have a couple of older, like TJ Edwards is a little bit older, Keith Byard's a little bit older. Our wide receiver core is set. We don't have to draft a wide receiver for forever. Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, well, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, I think we may have to trade. And even if we do, I'm not. This is the one thing I want. The Bears have one really big free agent this year. Cole Kmet is going to be a free agent. Chicago, overpay him. Please overpay him. Bring him back. I would much rather overpay for Cole Kmet than overpay for a different tight end. Unless you have somebody in the draft that you love, just overpay for Cole Kmet. I love him. He's a team, He's one of the like OG Bears. He's probably one of the longest tenured Bears. Please keep Cole Kmet. He might be the longest tenured Bear. Actually, the more I think about it. So please just keep Cole. I love Cole.
I was gonna say I guess this comes up to opinion, but I don't think people would say other than this. This is going to be a baseball metaphor because of course it is. I hope it's more Texas Rangers and not Philadelphia Phillies. Texas Rangers only had 3 good years, but they won a World Series versus the Phillies, who
are good for a long time but don't win.
Yeah, like
I think I've completely flipped on that like mindset, because I think it's only after Mike Tomlin stepped down. I would much rather just be like 10-7 every year and make the playoffs and maybe go out in the first round every year than go through what I've gone through in the last 7 years and then like the last 6 years before that. I hate being bad.
I get that.
It makes, because then it conditions me to then to be bad. So then when they have their one good year, I don't really get, like, I didn't really enjoy watching the Bears this year. Part of that
time
is Caleb Williams' inconsistency. So I don't know. I don't know where I sit anymore. I think I'd much rather just be good the whole time.
It's definitely, I don't know, because I get it. There's definitely a thought of, like, hope or optimism, like you said. Like, you know, if we talk about let's say the 2017 Phillies, to use baseball because it's what I know, the 2017 Phillies, there's no hope going into that season we do anything. We were bad. We were still going to be bad. And it has been fun, like 2023, 2024, and a little bit in 2025, to be like, we're still good. We had a fucking number 2 record in the National League last year. Not behind the World Series champions. But we exited the playoffs to the World Series champions in the end. So, like, but also, it's year after year of choking. It kind of, at some point, it's just like, well, you know, we'll win the division again, and that'll be nice. The division that isn't all that good, but now it isn't. It's like, we'll win the division, but will we do it? Maybe that's a good transition.
All that winning to lose to the Dodgers every year is crazy.
We normally don't lose to the Dodgers. We did last year. We did lose to the Dodgers last year. We had a thing going. Since the 2022 run, it was like the Braves and the Dodgers we could reliably beat in the playoffs. Which was cause for a lot of optimism last year when we were going to lock horns with the Dodgers. Who knew on the road to a back-to-back they'd finally figure out how to beat the Phillies in the playoffs. Great. The reports say that they're scared of us, which is nice, but
they're not scared.
It's so funny to have. Baseball's so funny because it's 162 games. So it's like if you win 90 of those games, 90 to 100 of those games, you're the good team. You do all the stuff. But it's like, if we have a win record against the Dodgers, who are they're also in the National League, so we play them a bit more than the American League teams. Say we beat them, let's just say 10 games. It's definitely not 10 games. And we beat them 8 times out of 10 in the regular league. Well, if they figure out how to beat us here, it doesn't matter. And it's almost, we're like, is it valid for them to think about those 8 losses and be a little bit scared? Were they even playing their starters? Because their starters are playing here. This is where the postseason is where Ohtani's actually pitching and doing his full thing. But anyway, I have a bunch of Philly updates.
Oh, here we go.
Let's start with the good. Well, let's start with
the bad stuff.
Let's start with the mid.
Okay.
Ranger Suarez has landed with the Red Sox.
Oh!
He did not sign with the Mets. He went to the Red Sox. He is making a bag. I am delighted for him. Not as delighted as I would be if he was staying in Philly, but the Red Sox are fine. There's plans for the Boston trip this year, so hopefully I can time it when he's pitching.
Is Ranger a pitcher?
Yeah.
He was the guy who shut out Ohtani in the first game of the Euro playoffs this year, right? With them?
No, I think that was Sanchez.
Sanchez, my bad. Yeah.
Ranger is the one that I love Ranger. He's legitimately probably my favorite pitcher. He's the one that is just always eerily calm, no matter what. So, like, the ball fields to him, he picks it up, looks at it, and just tosses it to Harper and gets. And he's just really good. And he's always been.
And I know I ask this every time we talk about the Phillies. Who's the big guy with the chain that pitches?
The one who got suspended last year?
Yes.
Alvarado.
I love him.
He's cool.
I saw him one time. I was like, oh, it's my favorite player.
No, the Rangers he's really good. He's gonna go play for Boston. He's on a good contract. Like, they offered him a really good money contract. So it's cool. It's not, but it's fine. It's not the worst thing that's
We don't
happened.
hate the Red Sox.
We don't hate the Red Sox. We play 3 games against them in the regular season. It's fine.
We like them, yeah.
And then if we have to play them again, it'll be in the World Series. It's fine. The big free agent the Phillies are trying to land, that I don't know where he fits into the infield. They're trying to land him. The reports were coming out that the Phillies are offering him everything he's wanted. He came with a number, which was reportedly $200 million over 7 years, which is too much and too long in my opinion. And the Phillies were like, yeah. Dave Dombrowski was like, yes, we will. They shook hands on it. They didn't sign a paper, which is important to this story. They shook hands on it. Supposedly, reportedly, allegedly. So we'll come back to Bichette. Let's talk about this guy named Kyle Tucker. He's another big free agent. Got picked up by the Dodgers. Dodgers offered another free agent a boatload of money, and they came and played for the Dodgers. I'm not going to get onto my soapbox about the Dodgers and spending and salary caps and salary floors and all that nonsense today. I really don't have the energy for it. So there were a lot of teams that were gunning for Tucker. Tucker gets signed to the Dodgers on a fuck you big money deal. And after agreeing with Dave Dombrowski for the $200 million over 7 years, the absolute scum of the earth, known as the New York Mets, slid in and offered him, I believe it was 3 years, $152 million. Maybe it was 5 years, $152 million. A ridiculous big fuck you money deal. And Bichette goes back on his word and takes it.
You have to.
You don't, but I get. Yeah,
you do.
Like I get it, but I don't. Like it's still
I'm getting 75% of my money for less than half of the time. Hell yeah, I can get another big contract. Oh my god.
But like,
and I don't have to live in Philly.
No, you have to live in New York.
I'd much rather live in New York.
Let's be honest, he ain't living in either.
Yeah, he ain't living in either. We love the suburbs.
I can't wait for that first game where we host the Mets. It's gonna be so bad. They're gonna murder him. The hit's gonna get put out on him. And it's like so many different things. Like we talk about Ranger leaving the team. He goes to a non-rival that we play once. He specifically doesn't go to the Mets, doesn't go to the Braves, and takes out Red Sox were one of the suitors for Bichette. So, like, took out one of the did all of these things on the way out. And Bichette does the absolute dog worst thing he could possibly do. Outside of spitting on Mike Schmidt's grave. Like, it's just literally, you can't make a Phillies fan more upset at that situation than agreeing to the deal that you wanted and then taking a different deal with the division rival. I am so upset. And I'm obviously very upset at Bichette and the Mets. There was a question. It was like, who are you upset more at? The Phillies, Dombrowski, the Dodgers, or Bichette? And I was like, option E, the Mets. And I think part of the upset is that was the only thing we were pursuing. Is it? We did sign JT afterwards. I think like $75 million 3 years, something like that. Which people can freak out about. We weren't going to get him for less than that. That's just not that much money. It's fine. Those 2030 Phillies, are going to be an interesting team. Oh boy. We will still, in 5 seasons, assuming that there's still baseball, in 2030, we will still have Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and I think possibly JT, depending. I don't know how contracts work during the lockout, when the lockout happens next year. But it's like, We were gonna have Bo Bichette too. I still don't know where Bichette goes in that lineup, but if we don't have to worry about it now, if I'm Dave Dombrowski, I am picking up the phone and I am calling one specific man because you went. We are not going to try to re-sign this person because we're gonna get a bigger, badder spot somewhere else, and you have failed to do that. I better be seeing a headline about Harrison Bader within the next couple of
Bader.
weeks.
Is he still not signed?
He's still not signed. He has suitors everywhere.
We gotta
The
get
list
Bader.
is huge. And it's
It all worked out. Like Lil Wayne said, let it all work out. This shit is about to work out. We're gonna get Bader back.
and everyone was like,
There is no we. I need to retract what I just said. We as in Bader lovers.
there's
Harrison Bader truthers, stand up.
there's a shirt at the Wegmans over on Concord Pike. It's like, and I see it every time I go in there. It's Bader in a powder blue jersey, and he's just looking forward, and it's like the pearly gates, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is him dying or if this is him coming down from heaven, but if he gets re-signed, I'm buying this.
I
just
love
can't
Harrison
buy
Bader.
it unless he gets re-signed.
He's tight, bro. I don't know why he wasn't re-signed. Well, I guess for Bo Bichette.
So he had a contract option for another year, and the Phillies did approve it, but he declined it
player
because
option. Okay,
yeah, because I think it was a mutual one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he wanted more money for how he played, which I don't think is
Crazy
necessarily
to say. Yeah.
incorrect.
What was he, your third or fourth best player? Maybe even better than that.
Do you want like the whole season or just the playoffs?
Well, was he? No. Who did you trade for? That wasn't Bader. Who did you trade?
No, we got Bader late in the season.
Okay, yeah.
So like he did good when he was with us.
He was good. The 3 games I watched, he was the best player I saw.
I was like, if he doesn't get injured in the playoffs, that's probably a completely different story. And I was like, I got it. We were going for this. We now don't have this. There's implied money still floating around that you were going to offer to Bichette. Like,
Offer Bader.
you don't need to. I don't need Bader to be on the 2030 Phillies, but I think I need Bader to be on the 2026 Phillies.
I think you need Bader to be on the 2035 Phillies.
2035 Phillies.
Offer Harrison Bader a lifetime contract that you renegotiate every 5 years.
Bader is older than I think he is, but I still think we need him for this year at this point, because we're literally running back the same lineup sans Bader, literally. Like,
gotta get Bader.
The differences this year. Oh, and sans Ranger. The differences in our lineup are we still don't know when or if Wheeler's coming back. So we're calling up Andrew Painter, I believe. That's the player's name. I believe we're calling him up to try starting pitching. Hopefully he's as good as he's supposed to be and done development.
Yeah, Alvarado back from injury. Speaking of suspensions, I have another funny one for you. We'll get to that in a moment. Nick Castellanos is getting traded or released before opening day. That's what it sounds like. So he's gone. We did sign a free agent that is... I say a lot of things. It's very hard to be a pro baseball player, and I want to say that. These guys are doing things that I could not do. That being said, someone who's not as good at baseball as Nick Castellanos, I would say, to replace him in right field. And then we're bringing up Justin Crawford, another prospect that is a very high prospect. But again, is he done? Is he going to be this rookie MVP we all want him to be? We just don't know. And that's who we have playing center. So it's like, at this point, it is kind of... What about your defense boy? What's his name?
Rojas.
He's
sitting in AAA still. They haven't brought him back up. So he might...
Johan, right? Johan Rojas?
Yeah, Johan Rojas. So it's just that shrug of like, we don't know. It sounds like they've made the objectively correct decision. I think I mentioned this last week, that we're anchoring Martian left, which I think is objectively the correct choice defensively. I think he's going to be much better defensively in left than he is in center. Now he still has his hitting problem, which
Bader! I want Bader back so bad. I just need you guys to have players that I don't hate so that I can somewhat root for you guys.
How do you hate the rest of our players?
I just don't like them.
I need us to figure out this catcher issue.
I miss Pete Rose. That's who I miss. That's a real man.
That got banned from betting on the game.
And he never bet on himself. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
He never bet on himself to lose. I'll say that. My man was the ultimate believer. He's like, if I'm gonna win this game, I'll win some money.
We need to figure out this catcher issue. We have JT for another 3 years. He is declining. He's still better than average, but he's declining, and we need to figure this out. We have 3 years to figure it out, and hopefully he doesn't decline super hard in those 3 years, which could happen. I don't think it will.
Just the last year.
Just the last year.
Just the first 2.
To make sure that he's not on the 2030 Phillies.
He's going to decline really bad in the first year, and then he'll just be that bad that he was in the first year in the last 2 years after that.
So he's declining this year.
Well,
is what you're saying.
Well, it's only 1 year decline.
Let me tell the story of former Philly Max Kepler, whose career might just be over because of this. He tested positive for PEDs.
Good.
So he has that 80-game no playoff suspension for the 2026 season. He's a free agent.
When? Right now?
Yeah. No team is going to sign him if they then have to bench him for 80 games.
Yeah.
And he was, I talked about how Bader was the one that we were looking for. I said this a lot last season because every season we were trading or signing a new outfielder, and we did that again this year, which is funny enough. And it just didn't work out. Kepler was the last year's version of that. So it's funny that he then test positive. It was like, oh yeah, he was taking PEDs, and everyone's like, I don't know if we need to suspend him for that, because it clearly didn't work. Clearly it didn't. It clearly didn't enhance the performance.
Yeah, pack his ass up.
So, his career might just be over now because of that, because he's not... How old is Max Kepler? Let's look up that
29.
age. Tanner says 29. He's 32.
Damn.
32
Old
pro
as hell.
sports, and the minute he gets signed, he has to be benched for 80 games.
And he can't play in the playoffs.
And he can't play in the playoffs. No team is signing an outfielder.
Welcome to the Pirates, pal.
Oh, the Pirates.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
So that's the Phillies right now. We're about to run this shit back with the same lineup. And you know what? I hate it, but I get it. We won over 90 games last year. We were number 1 in our division. We were the number 2 seed in the playoffs.
He got dog walked in the playoffs.
But not counting the playoffs, I can kind of
Dog
understand.
walked in the games that matter.
I kind of understand why you look at that lineup and run it back. I don't agree, but
Well, they're not. They didn't keep Bader.
they didn't keep Bader. They didn't keep Castellanos.
Yeah, they aren't running it back. They're limping back.
This season's going to be rough on me. I can feel it.
Hey, baseball.
Maybe we'll do it all this year.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Go Phils. Can we talk about something fun now?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
Did you do your homework?
I did both of my homeworks.
Yay! I didn't do one of my homeworks.
I'll beat your ass.
No. The 2 that you did, I did.
Oh, what was your other homework?
the wrestling match.
Oh, good. Yay.
I didn't watch the 2 hour-long Samoa Joe and CM Punk match.
It's okay.
Instead, I spent my time last night doing the main event homework.
Good.
The project that...
Is that what we're doing right now, or no?
No, we're going to do the movie first. We're going to...
Oh, that's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah. I want the sound to be a smithing hammer, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a smithing hammer sound. So
You tell me you can't take the one right from the movie?
You...
Can they copyright that?
I don't know, but I would have to find a file. Like, it could be done, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So we're either going to hear a smithing hammer, or we're going to hear the movie pre-roll I used last week. One of the two. Yay!
Yay!
Or fuck! Either or. I don't know.
Not as exciting, yay!
But I'm curious. I want to know timelines here. When did you actually sit down to watch Ironman?
I started to watch it last night at 9:30, and I didn't get any sleep the night before. I worked straight through work, and then I had some things happen where I ended up having to go to my girlfriend's house. So then I was just awake, and I was like, I need to watch this movie at some point. I wanted to do it at work, but it was work, and I got busy. So I go and I do it, and I'm starting to watch it, and like I get halfway through, and I'm like, I'm falling asleep. And I was like, and that's disrespectful to this film. So I turned it off, I went to bed, I woke up, and I started again at 11 this morning. And finished it like right after lunch.
This is the true dichotomy. You watched it literally today. I think it was a week ago I watched it.
Well, to be honest, completely forgot about it until not last night, but the night before that. I was like, damn, I do have to watch that because I was thinking about the other thing I had to do. I was like, damn, I forgot I gotta watch Iron Man.
I sat down, me and Hannah sat down last week to watch a movie, and I was like, we gotta do Iron Man. I gotta do Iron Man for the podcast. Let's watch that. And then she asked, aren't you supposed to be doing it with Tanner? And I was like, he's not coming over to watch this movie. We're watching it separately, and then we'll talk about it.
That's what was I supposed to?
No, I was expecting to watch it separately.
Okay.
Like, we could have. I wouldn't have been upset about it.
Yeah, we could do that for some of them.
She also is just in general. It was funny that she had said that because she had also like expressed definite interest of being there when I watched them, so she could also watch them all. So she's seen a decent amount of them.
Okay,
but
so I'll stay the fuck home then.
How about we go over there and we did double date movie night.
No. How are we starting? What's your plan? How do you want to diagnose this?
So I realized I should have taken notes and I didn't.
Well, you don't remember?
Well, so I had this thing going. I was specifically taking note in my brain of nitpicks I was having. Not for this review, but for later on when we're watching a movie I really like and Tanner's being nitpicky, so I can just start poking holes in the ones that he likes. Because I am
but that's not how you talk about movies.
No, not at all.
That's not how you do... That's just not how that happens. That's just not how that works.
The thing is that I don't remember what any of those nitpicks were because I didn't write them down.
Because they don't exist.
But I was thinking we can maybe pull up the Wikipedia, read the plot synopsis that someone typed up on Wikipedia.
Whatever you want.
And either critically come at that plot synopsis for missing something, or talk about things that it missed, talk about the things that we liked. It's so easy with the MCU to start off with a really good one.
It is. I think you would be shocked at the community's overall thoughts of this movie not being super positive.
You and I must be in different areas of this community.
I have made the argument that I think this is the...
Hold up. My community is the overall internet. Your community is a bunch of neckbeards.
No, not them. Not them. I'm speaking about the MCU internet populace. I think this is a top 7. This is in my top 7.
Potentially, definitely.
Yeah, I would have to. And people tell me I'm crazy for that. And then people have given me movies that they think are better than this, and I think they're crazy.
So,
like, I think you have a movie you think is better than this that I just think you're dumb.
Oh, I'm sure there's one or two, definitely. But I still hold this movie in very high regard. This is a very good movie. I'm looking at the IMDb user review score, and that's a lot lower than I would have thought that it would be. Still a very good score, but like the Rotten Tomatoes score, that's a score I expect.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes?
Rotten Tomatoes score is 94%.
Okay.
And the IMDb score is 7.9.
Yeah.
Let's hit this plot synopsis up.
Okay, go ahead.
Tony Stark, who has inherited the defense contractor Stark Industries from his late father Howard Stark, tours in war-torn Afghanistan with his best friend and military liaison, James Rhodey Rhodes, to demonstrate the new Jericho missile. After the demonstration, his convoy is ambushed by a terrorist group, the Ten Rings, and Stark is gravely wounded by a missile used by his attackers, one of his company's own. He is captured and imprisoned in a cave by the Ten Rings. Jensen, a fellow captive and doctor, implants an electromagnet into Stark's chest to keep the shrapnel shards that wounded him from reaching his heart and killing him. Ten Rings leader Raza offers Stark freedom in exchange for building a Jericho missile for the group, but him and Jensen believe that Raza will not keep his word. I forget that this movie starts like this. That it could, like, obviously, like, I remember what the origin of this is.
I forgot the flashback. I forgot that he gets right in, like, the immediate start is the explosion. I just didn't think there was a flashback. I just thought the whole flashback part for, like, the 48 hours earlier was just the beginning of the movie. But it's still fine. Still peak.
I forget that. So this movie is the only one that I think depicts actual war at any point. Yeah. And I forget that it's literal convoys, military bases. Well, like, it's actually extremely, as grounded as these movies can be. I don't think they've ever gone groundier than this. To the fact that the military had to ask Marvel Studios to, hey, science fiction that up a bit, please. This is too close. That happened. Did you know that happened?
I didn't know that, no.
Yes. Also, Well, we'll talk about that in the next part. I will drop in Hannah notes that she had throughout the movie as well. But I think the next... I'm going to cut this next paragraph in half because this is a long one. It seems like it's going to go a bit further. But yeah, it's just a way to give a movie emotion and stakes of this man is going to die. Because it's terrorism. Literally. This is terrorism.
They are terrorists.
The 10 Rings. Back when we had greater hopes for that. The hopes came back eventually. It almost doesn't make sense that this is an arm of this wider thing that we learn many years later.
Yeah, I don't know.
The plot develops. It's not necessarily
I don't care. You don't really care about the matter.
If anything, I think that is a criticism for the later movie, not this movie.
Yeah, because this movie's big.
This movie isn't made with that in mind. That movie is made with this in mind. So, Stark and Yinsen secretly build a small, powerful electric generator called an arc reactor to power Stark's electromagnet and construct a prototype armored suit to aid in their escape. Hannah never... So this is one of the movies Hannah hadn't seen. She didn't realize that Tony Stark literally forges his first armor the way that he does. And I then quoted the quote that comes in later in this movie that I'm not going to spoil it, but everyone knows is coming. It's like that was a almost literal quote, the difference being that he had his own weapons, he didn't have scraps. But, so, my one little nitpick was, why does Tony make mouth holes in the mask?
Needs to be able to breathe.
It's not an enclosed mask.
Needs to breathe.
Like, if it was a
oh
full...
Oh my god, who cares?
If it was a full helmet.
I'm not listening to this.
Although they keep the suit hidden, the 10 Rings discovered their intentions and attack the workshop. Yinsen sacrifices himself to divert them while the suit powers up. The armored Stark battles his way out of the cave to find the dying Yinsen, then burns the 10 Rings weapon and flies away.
I need to make you one of them AI voices that just tells me what goes on as I look at watch the movie.
Crashing in the desert and destroying the suit. Destroying the suit. R.I.P. Mark 1. Ain't the Mark 1 the coolest fucking thing?
R.I.P. Jensen, damn! I don't care about the Mark 1. Mark 1 is really cool, though.
The Mark 1 is so fucking cool.
So cool. So thick.
R.I.P. Jensen. He dies dying. But
I don't know. I didn't remember this when I saw it originally, but the fact that Jensen kind of just like, my family's already dead.
I'm gonna go be with them.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Jensen. You really are the GOAT.
Yeah, he was dying the entire time.
Yeah, he knew there was no him getting out of that cave.
And it really made me sit and think at one point. Did Yinsen not believe in the plan or think maybe he could get Stark out, or was Yinsen then planning a suicide if it was successful?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know, but either way, it's bad.
After being rescued by Rhodey, Stark returns home and announces that his company will cease manufacturing weapons.
Getting Burger King.
After getting Burger King, yes, he wanted American cheeseburger first and then a press conference. And he got Burger King. McDonald's is McDonald's, but Burger King was in the MCU.
In 2008, Burger King was peak. Burger King was a treat in 2008. In Big 2026, it's there.
Every once in a while, it's a banger. I had a spiritual experience at a Burger King only a year ago, alright?
Oh, jeez. That's what they call. Never mind.
I forget. It was one of the like special Whoppers, the limited time Whoppers, and then I like put in my order to cut it in half, and they did. I picked it up.
All right, man.
I've never had a spiritual experience in a McDonald's.
I know that's right. I did in their bathroom.
Obadiah Stane, his father's old partner and the company's manager, advises Stark that this will bankrupt Stark Industries and ruin his father's legacy. Is the company really not doing anything else besides weapons?
Oh, apparently.
In his home workshop, Stark builds a sleeker, more powerful version of his improvised armor suit, as well as a more powerful arc reactor for it, and his chest after testing a prototype. Personal assistant Pepper Potts places the original reactor inside a small glass showcase, though Stane requests details. A suspicious Stark decides to keep the work to himself. I'm not going to go into detail about this scene, but the scene where they switch the arc reactors...
It's so funny.
It's very funny. I don't know if Stark expected Pepper to do at any point.
Well, because he's talking her through it, and she just gets a little carried away.
Well, because, like...
The fact that Pepper Potts has never played Operation makes that scene not make sense.
Well, so... He's like, pull the wire out. And then she goes to pull the wire out. And he says, don't pull the magnet part out. And she accidentally pulls the magnet part out.
He goes, I'm going to go to Icarus.
Which, I don't know. The wire's wrapped around the magnet. I don't know how she was supposed to be able to get that without it. But also, if the magnet is out... How is plugging in the arc reactor then all of a sudden fixes the issue? If there's now no magnet in his chest.
I don't know. Science fiction, man. Let it be. These are bad points.
I can let go of the what was she supposed to do if the wire was wrapped around it to begin with. But we could just call it an electro battery or a backup battery or like some other...
Whatever you want, man.
Not the one thing that's essential to the piece to make it work. Also, I wonder how much time he lost by doing that.
Time? What do you mean time lost?
Well, because when you take the arc reactor out, the magnet's not being powered. So I wonder, like, if he had, like, 48 hours... Say he had 48 hours to live without the arc reactor in.
We'll never know.
I just wonder how long... Because then he loses more time later. He almost dies. Or I wonder if the magnet is powerful enough that it pulls the shrapnel out a little bit.
Who knows,
but
bro?
not all the way.
Let's get through your chat GPT
This is the discussion.
diet.
You want to have a discussion about the movie or
I don't
not?
care about the magnet in his chest and if he lost time. I want to talk about the movie.
It's in the movie. At a charity event.
I hate this.
Reporter... Wait, this completely skipped over that part. Ain't that crazy?
What part?
We're just now mentioning Christine Everhart, who has, I think, earns one of the first laughs in the movie, which is she's the reporter that comes and calls Stark the Merchant of Death, and then he fucks her. And they fall off the bed, which got big laughs from everyone in this household. Them falling off the bed. Which, like, I understand. Here's a little bit of a one-night stand analysis for you. I understand, it's not great. You meet up with billionaire Tony Stark, get laid. But, like, you wake up, the clothes are cleaned, they're pressed, you got a car waiting for you, a personal driver to take you anywhere. I understand Stark wasn't in bed when you woke up and he wasn't there making you breakfast. There's worse ways to wake up from a one-night stand. Yeah. Like, you just get a little dressed down by Pepper. And to be fair, she kind of deserved it. She kind of egged that on. She said something about being around the most powerful man in the world and just being his personal assistant. You do that, you deserve to be called trash, I think. So, anyway, at a charity event, Christine Everhart informed Stark that his company's weapons were recently delivered to the Ten Rings and being used to attack... It says Jensen's home village. I don't know if that was... It was? That's confirmed?
That's why it's what piques Tony's interest when he sees it on the news. He, like... Because she... or maybe not when he watches the news clip, but she says... Have you heard what's happened in... And I literally just watched it this morning.
Okay.
She says the village name
of the village.
And you can see it in his eyes and it clicks because that's what Jensen told him.
All right.
And then it clicks. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, what do you mean? And like he locks in.
I feel like this also ignored... So Tony was sitting at his computer coloring the first armor, actually. I think he's deciding on the colors for the armor.
Yeah.
Gold and... Well, the armor's already gold because it's a gold titanium alloy. And then hot rod red. What a combination.
Banger.
It is. And then he sees on the news that the Tony Stark charity event is happening, and then he asks if...
Did we get an invite to that?
And they didn't.
It also skipped to the point where he test drives the silver armor.
You mentioned it in the line, where it said prototype.
Okay.
But you don't want to talk about the test drive of the silver armor? The Mark... Is that the Mark II?
Just if the freezing. The freezing's important.
The freezing.
It is less important than I remember it.
It's important to the last fight. Yeah.
Because from my childhood memory, or like my memory the last time, he flies up in that, the guy is frozen in ice, comes down, and then slams into the earth, and then there's one more jump scare after that. I forgot that there's like an entire, like, it effectively did nothing.
No, it was part of damaging his targeting.
No, he rips the targeting out of the back of his head.
He does that too.
Nah, it was less important than I thought it was, but it's still a cool scene.
Yeah.
It's fun. What'd you do about the icing problem? Look into it. Ding, ding.
Yeah, the icing. Just in general, I think that's also just good at showing off Tony's... Yeah. How Tony approaches these problems. But the entire testing scene is good at testing the flying, the flight stabilizer. I thought you weren't making weapons. It's not a weapon. It's a flight stabilizer.
No, these are.
Just a huge blast that destroys a bunch of stuff. Dummy and his fire extinguisher
We love
got
Dummy.
big laughs from Hannah.
Got big laughs from me. I love him. I love his sad little words.
I like Dummy. The fire extinguisher doesn't get me as much as Tony saying cut power and then falling through the entire mansion after only being like a foot in the air. Anything about or leading up to now that we missed?
No, I think
Going to the charity event. Okay, well this skips the rest of the charity event, so let's talk about the charity event.
where he confronts Stain.
Where you confront Stain,
On the
where
steps, and Stain tells him that he locked him out of the company. He was the person who started the vote or whatever.
Yeah, that's the technical. It's not the Stain heel turn, but it's the mask coming
it's
off. He also dances with Pepper. Completely leaves out his dance with Pepper.
Oh, Tony does. Yeah.
Tony.
They have their little moment.
Their little moment about because it leaves out Pepper's birthday near the beginning of the movie. Her saying that it's her birthday. He's like, "Happy birthday!" And I was like, "Well, you get yourself something for me." And she's like, "I already did. It's beautiful." And I think it's implied that if the dress is not that year's birthday, that the dress is a birthday present at some point from Tony. He's like, "I have great taste." I love Pepper and Tony every time they're interacting.
Every time I think, because like the thought, there's like a small conversation about what's the best couple in the MCU. I always forget about Tony and Pepper, and then I watch them like, oh no, that isn't just my answer. It's so good.
They have that little bit of weird development where Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't want to come back, and also Iron Man 3 makes a decision that we can't quite honor, but that's later on. Shame about Gwyneth Paltrow, because she does such a good job in these movies.
Yeah.
Stark dons his new armor and flies to Afghanistan, where he fends off the terrorists and saves the villagers. This is...
I muted the movie and just put on Toby Keith and watched this scene. This is the most American shit I've ever watched.
This is... For what is, I think, considered the Mark III, this is like the first Iron Man armor. It's got the red and gold. It's got all of the different technical stuff. He does the repulsor blast. He does a unibeam blast at one point, I believe.
I don't think it in Afghanistan. The first time he does it was on the highway against Stain.
Against Stain, all right.
I'm pretty sure.
They don't ever call it.
He does the tiny missiles off his shoulder.
He does do that, the targeting.
Yeah, he does and then the rocket out of the wrist.
The tank buster.
Oh, the tank buster.
It's not the ex-wife, that's Iron Man 2.
Yep.
One of my favorite jokes, by the way, is the ex-wife.
Yep.
But we'll get to that in 2 weeks. That one's soon.
Yeah, I can't believe it's a third movie.
Yeah. In my head, it's the second.
In my head, you're gay. Not kidding.
While flying home, Stark is intercepted by the Air Force. What a
Good
fun
scene.
The entire thing. He reveals his secret identity to Rhodey over the phone to end the attack. Then it skips to the 10 ring, so we'll just talk there. The entire thing, bell to bell. Him getting intercepted by the Air Force all the way to Rhodey's press conference. The ringtone on the phone being an old Iron Man theme is awesome. Rhodey calling Tony on the government phone to be like, if you got any tech in that area, you need to tell me because I'm about to blow it to Kingdom Come. The entire air fight, Tony not fighting but evading. Tony calling him on the cell phone to be like, it's me, I'm in the... No, it's a suit. I'm in it. It's me. Just in time for to go like, it looks like a man. And then, of course, Tony accidentally trashing an entire fighter jet and coming down and saving...
To be fair, they hit him.
Tony trashing a fighter jet.
Tony didn't do anything. They hit him.
He was in restricted airspace.
Fighting for these American girls.
Yeah, that's what he was fighting for.
An
not
American
his own interests.
guy.
That's what was happening. Not at all.
He was avenging his friend.
He was doing something. And of course, saving the chute that doesn't go off.
Yeah.
Punching it and
That was an
it up.
American guy.
And then he saved one American. He did. I love the cutaway of, now what am I supposed to tell people? I just tell them a training exercise. Tony, I'm not going to do that. Or it was an unfortunate training exercise. We do not get Terrence Howard again after this movie, but he's serviceable and funny.
Yeah.
He has a couple funny moments here that he delivers well. Not as funny as later.
You'd think if Don Cheadle was there, might be better.
I think there's also a conscious difference there. I think when Terrence Howard is Rhodey, they're not trying to cut him with comedy as much as they do when it's Don Cheadle. I think Don Cheadle has so much comedy chops that you just cut it with him more.
I love Don
I
Cheadle.
think Terrence Howard gets to be a little bit more serious, like how everyone else is.
I think he wanted to be serious.
That too. To be fair, the only like funny character is Tony being Tony.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets comedy moments, but they're being more serious.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Ten Rings gather the pieces of Stark's Mark I and meet with Stain, who has been trafficking arms to the Ten Rings and has staged a coup to replace Stark as Stark Industries CEO by hiring the Ten Rings to kill him. So most of these, the pure plot is found by Pepper.
Yeah.
Going through and getting the files off Tony's computer, off of the server. Which Tony was just looking for records that they shipped.
Yeah.
These
and
things.
she found the real shit.
Found the whole thing. And we were going to get to this at one point. Shout out to Jeff Bridges. For just being Jeff Bridges.
He's so good the entire movie.
Hannah asked me a question, which was, do you think they're using a body double or is it a really good bald cap? And the answer is, none. Jeff Bridges shaved his head.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the answer to that. I was like, it looks like he shaved his head, and I looked it up, and sure enough, Jeff Bridges shaved his head for this movie, which I didn't think was such a big deal until I remember Jeff Bridges almost always has hair like mine, like long wavy hair, and it's like, man, kind of sucks. We might just never get him again in one of these because he's really good. And it's like, I love how once the mask comes off of Stain, he's just such a shithead throughout this movie.
But he don't give a damn.
Because, like, Pepper's there and he's hiding the stuff, and we know Stain is dangerous, but it's also like, Stain, why are you in Tony's office? The answer is to steal his booze. But that's what happens, because he goes in and says, like, Tony just always gets the good stuff, doesn't he? It's like, it's not that weird that Pepper is getting something for Tony in his office, except that Stain thinks they might be up to something, and Stain is right. It's so threatening, Stain is like... Is that today's paper? Crossword.
Love a puzzle.
Stain subdues Raza and has him and the rest of the group killed. Stain has a massive new armor suit reverse engineered from the wreckage. So, we get the little thing that the US government probably considers to be unethical. The paralyzing beep.
Yeah.
It's the little thing, beeps, paralyzes the Ten Rings leader, who's now the leader of the Ten Rings, but for the intents and purposes here, he's the leader of the Ten Rings. I love the joke that silently happens. Where when Stain and Raza go into the tent, Raza says, "Your men, they must stay back here."
Yeah.
And Stain says, "It's alright, they're not going to hurt you guys, it's fine." And then they come out, and all of the Ten Rings are on their knees, execution style, and Stain's cards out, and it's like, damn, they did this shit silently.
Yeah.
Seeking to track it, okay, Potts sends Potts to the database, discovered the Ten Rings altered their plans when they realized that it was Stark that they had captured. Potts meets with Agent Phil Coulson of the Strategic...
Shield.
No. The Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. They really need to figure out a better name for that. I love the joke of them saying it, just in this movie, saying it full every single time, and every single time. It's a bit of a mouthful. Coulson says that they're working on it. Coulson pops up multiple times in this movie. Yeah. It's one of the few MCU movies Clark Gregg is in, because of reasons we'll get to later.
I understand why Coulson goes away, and why he becomes the plot device that he is in the later movie. I wish there was another way, because I love him.
Maybe you just should have level 7 clearance.
We're not watching that damn show. You know what? He's amazing in that show too. Why is he gone? Why can't we just have... If Coulson better be in Doomsday, look me in my eyes. If Coulson is in Doomsday, I'll lose my mind. That'll be my biggest cameo of all time. I will lose my shit. That would be better than anything that they could give me. Better than Kevin Nash from... Kevin Nash character that was in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'll lose my shit. You have no idea, do you?
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
guy in the striped red and white shirt is a character from either Bullseye or Daredevil. Or, no, Punisher. Kevin Nash is in Punisher, the old 1990 movie.
Okay.
He plays a character in that movie, and that they obviously didn't get Kevin Nash back. But the character that Kevin Nash plays is in Deadpool Wolverine.
This is why I was confused. I was like, I don't remember anything about Kevin Nash. I feel like I would hear about that.
I wish Kevin Nash would have been in that movie. But
Big Sexy was in a Marvel movie. I think.
But
I
don't
know.
think they asked him.
Hey, who knows?
That was so peak. Love Kevin Nash.
Stain scientists are unable to replicate Stark's miniaturized arc reactor, so Stain enters Stark's home. We're going to just pause there. Do you want to say the line?
I think you should say the line.
You want me to say the line?
Who do you think would be better at saying the line?
I think we would... I want to hear you do it, but I think we would both be decently good if we bring it full.
Headphone warning in 3, 2, 1.
I can't do it.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. You just gotta
You gotta just do it.
It is the line that has been memed 1,000 ways.
It's so good, though.
It's
my favorite part. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark. That little shit brain.
and it's funny because he's wrong. I think that is the true meme of that. Is one, it's Jeff Bridges putting all of his stuff behind a really good and kind of silly line, but also it's wrong. Tony Stark had a bit more than a box of scraps.
But they're still scraps.
He had the entirety of the Stark's weapons catalog to make what he needed to make.
With a flint and steel.
He had a smithing hammer. So Stan enters Stark's home, stuns Stark with the device, and steals the one from his chest. Jeff Bridges is amazing.
He's so good.
Tony, do you really think just because you have an idea, it belongs to you? One last great golden egg. Jeff Bridges is so fucking good.
I thought when I put the hit out on you, I was killing the golden goose. But you just had to survive.
Stark manages to replace it with his original reactor. Again, this entire movie is just really good. But
Yeah,
the scene of him getting more and more looking like you, because obviously Tony is dying, but it feels like, especially in Marvel movies going forward, there's a lot of overdoing it. I like how it's not overdone. He's getting paler, he's getting sweatier, and it's slowly, there's no like full seeing the skeleton, but like if you've ever seen someone actually have a cardiac incident or something related and come a little bit close is how it goes. And of course him failing to reach it and Dummy handing it to him.
Dummy!
Good boy. Smash! I wonder how hard it was to get the edges off. Do you think Pepper had that like professionally done, or do you think she did it herself?
Yeah. And Pepper does nothing on her own.
She does all Stark stuff.
She has the company credit card.
I imagine she has a company credit card, and she has like Tony Stark's personal credit card as well for different things.
For dresses.
Yeah, like the birthday gifts comes off of Tony's personal one, but the the drive they pays if he ever needs to get anything else for work, like the Uber to, she didn't get an Uber to the office, but like the Uber to the office, that's on the company
Personal
credit
property, yeah.
Where Potts and several agents attempt to arrest Stain, but he dons a suit and overpowers them. So of course, Rhodey finds Tony in the basement, having gotten the arc reactor in his chest. Still looks like shit.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm glad he's magically better. Dons the mark, whatever we're on now, and flies off after Rhodey tells him Pepper's with about 5 agents, which is incorrect. It was 6, because he doesn't name Coulson. If he names Coulson, he's correct. But we can just say that he misunderstood. Because that happened. Said that's not going to be enough. Tony is into it. Dons the suit, goes. Terrence Howard looks, sees the Mark II, says the most immortal line of Terrence Howard's MCU career.
Next time, baby. Poor guy.
Pepper, Coulson, and the agents coming to the door. Pepper, Door doesn't unlock. Goes to scan, doesn't unlock. Oh, it's not unlocking. I don't know what to do. Coulson takes the little device, puts it on there.
Oh, is that like a little device that's going to pick the lock? He's like, cover your ears.
Just walks in,
back away from there.
Emotionless. I thought it'd be bigger.
And then it was.
And then it was.
That suit looks so cool.
Yes, the Ironmonger suit.
I forgot
looks
how
very
cool the Ironmonger looks. It just looks like modernized Mark 1.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Also, big appreciate that Stain does call themselves Ironmongers earlier on in the film in a conversation with Tony.
Yeah.
I believe when they're talking about the giant arc reactor.
Yeah.
He says, we're Ironmongers, we make weapons. And considering that he never gets referred to as Ironmonger at any point, it's nice that we get that. Stark fights Stain, but is outmatched without his new reactor to run his suit at full capacity. The fight carries Stark and Stain to the top of Stark Industries building. Okay, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
The fight here. The whole fight.
Whole fight's good.
This is not a plot hole and it's not a nitpick. I just love laughing at Stain, at Obadiah Stane. Them flying up, this is where the icing thing comes in, and saying, it's a good effort, Tony, but my suit is more advanced in every way. Does Stain really believe that? Does he actually think that?
Yeah. He's a bigger is better guy. He would think that.
I didn't think about it until he said it this time. It's like, it's really not, is it? Like, if Tony has his correct arc reactor for this suit, it's a dog walk.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's the entire point. He cannot use this suit at full power. Because he has
I think it's
the
closer than
arc
you're saying it is, but...
Also,
because I also don't think Stain is really trying the entire fight. I think Stain knows that he has the upper hand and he's beating his ass. And he's toying with him, because that's just who Stain is. I think if they both, like... That's a massive, massive suit. And I know bigger isn't always better, but... They both have the same metal. Like, they both have the same Stark Industries stuff. So, I don't know. Tony is, I think, is just better at... Tony would win. Because Tony is better with the suit. Yeah.
And Tony can think outside the box enough to realize that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, which is the important of the icing,
Yes.
of the icing scene. My suit's more advanced in every way. How'd you fix the icing problem? Icing problem. Might want to look into it.
Yeah.
Bonk! Stark instructs Pepperbots to overload the large arc reactor powering the building. This unleashes a massive electrical surge that causes Stain to fall into the reactor and is killed in the explosion. Tony, well, because they come down from the icing thing, and it's just the fight on the roof.
Yeah.
Tony practically uses all of the suit's power, and he even begins to take the suit off because it's burning up.
Yeah.
Love takes the one hand off, goes to hit the
Use
repulsor blast, and it's the wrong one. Tony pretty much is ready to sacrifice himself right then and there to take Stain out.
Yeah.
Hanging from the thing above the arc reactor. Just do it, but you'll die. Do it. Hit the button. Let's fry this.
Fried that motherfucker. Then fried that motherfucker.
Fry that motherfucker. The next day at a press conference, Stark publicly admits to being the superhero the press has dubbed Iron Man in what is probably actually the most quotable thing from this movie.
It's so good. That's one of the best scenes in all of the MCU. I'm in fact not a superhero. I never said you were. You did? I was like, oh,
because that would be
absurd and fantastic. And you see her, she's like,
truth is, I am Iron Man.
Oh my! I just gave us some goosebumps.
We get the SHIELD name drop.
Yep.
The Pepper tries to recite the strategic homeland.
SHIELD.
Just call it SHIELD. Which I'm sure some nerd nutted his pants overhearing that, despite the fact that it was very clear.
I'm hearing right here.
Yeah, but you knew that that's what it was.
I had no
the entire
idea.
Time. Okay.
Remember, I'm 9.
That's true.
He started saying the acronym, and I was like...
Spelling.
Yeah.
In a post-credits scene, SHIELD director Nick Fury visits Stark at his home, telling him that he has become part of a bigger universe and that he wants to discuss the Avengers Initiative.
I know this should not affect my rating, but it will. This scene happening after the credits, and half of everybody didn't stay, and you only found out about it like the next day or like a week after, like, there's a scene in the credits, right? what are you talking about? And then you loaded up your 2009 or 2008 version of YouTube, and you pull up this scene, and it's Sam Jackson, aka Mace fucking Windu, who it is. And I know who Black Nick Fury is at that age. Like, I've played video games. He's been in video games. I'm like, there's no way. Then I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most in I've ever been for a movie ever. I'm like, oh, okay, so these movies are going to connect. There's going to be what are we? It's perfect, man.
So I didn't know about this when I first watched the movie.
Yeah.
So I watched the first Iron Man on a Redbox DVD with my father. Because I think Captain America, the first Avenger, was getting ready to come out. And he was just like, well, apparently there's something here, so we should just watch it. We got Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. When Iron Man 1 ended, and the credits, I Am Iron Man credits rolled, he went, well, why don't we just watch the second one right now? So we took it out and never got to the post-credits. I just took for granted that Nick Fury was in Iron Man 2. Just completely went over. Didn't see it till later. I didn't realize that the post-credit scene were really a thing till after the first Avengers movie came out. And I've gone back and poked around. But.
Watching this and then just thinking about Avengers, I'm going to like Avengers 1 way more than I think I did.
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
think Avengers 1 is overhated in general, but we'll talk about that. I think Avengers 1 does one specific thing very well, but we will get to that in like a month.
Yeah, it's called everything. This is what makes me understand why some people say I'm an MCU fanboy. But bro, these movies were peak.
This one's amazing.
It's so
good. The first Iron Man is very good, and it's... I believe you when you say that people don't have it in their top 10 or don't have it as high. I don't fully understand, and maybe when we get through and I actually look at what all my ratings are, it turns out that it isn't. But I don't see how you don't think of this as a top 10 MCU movie.
Yeah, I think it's
because
like I
think
said, it's like 7 for me.
I think it's one of the only ones that just stands on its own as far as just being a quality movie. I feel like a lot of MCU movies later.
I think you're gonna have movies ahead of it that I just don't think are as good. Like, there's one really painfully, like, in my head, I'm like, I know he thinks that movie's better than this movie, and I don't understand.
Well, we'll have those discussions.
I know, we will. I don't remember.
You might be right.
What's your rating for this
might be
movie?
wrong.
Let's let you start.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
I was bouncing around. I think I'm at a 9.5.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's much higher than mine.
Really?
Yes, I have it at 9.1.
Okay.
9.5?
9.5, yeah.
Ooh. Do you have multiple 10s then? Just if you just look forward, do you have... Because I think I have 2 10s, and that's it.
Knee-jerk answer, I do not believe I have more than 5 10s.
Okay, yeah. You have way more 10s than I do.
But I can think of 2 movies that just knee-jerk reaction are probably 10s. I can think of a few more that maybe... We'll see. We'll see when we get there. It's about the journey.
Yes, I agree.
But I don't think I go over 5 10s.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So that's probably, you're just a little more generous. I'm not.
I also just think this movie's really good.
I also think it's really good. I love that you have it at a 9.5.
I don't know if another Phase 1 movie hits the 9s.
Oh. It depends. When I
One
when I rewatch Avengers, I'll let you know.
One of them might hit 9, but it'll be 9.
9.
So like I don't know if another one gets.
Oh no, I don't have another Phase 1 movie. It really depends. If I rewatch all these and then I watch Avengers, I'm like, yeah, this shit is just amazing. But I don't think it will, because I think Iron Man, I've always said, is the best Phase 1.
There's 2 I think are high 8s that might hit that 9, but I don't think it'll go over. But that's later. What's next week?
The Incredible Hulk.
I haven't seen this movie.
If you give it over a 7, I'm happy. And I think you will.
Oh boy. Fun fact. The other day, we sat down to watch a movie. Literally yesterday. Sat down and she was like, alright, do we just watch Iron Man 2 now? And I was like, well, 2 things. 1, me and Tanner haven't recorded yet. We normally record on Mondays, so that's a valid thing. 2, that's not the next movie. The next one is The Incredible Hulk. She's like, oh.
I hate people. Whatever.
But hey, I'm just happy that she has some excitement to watch Iron Man 2. We watched
a bad movie.
It's
from what I remember, I don't like it.
That's going to be... until we get to it, that's what I'm calling an Age of Ultron situation. I believe that plot in that movie is not good, but there's so many fun moments I think about when I think.
Is there
about that
really?
movie.
I genuinely don't think.
One of my favorite jokes is the ex-wife, which is in that movie.
Yeah, Hammer helps that movie.
Yes.
He
yes.
helps that movie, but he's I don't know. I'll have to rewatch. Let me rewatch it.
Yeah, right. That's very close. That's one where it's like I like the jokes, I like the one-liners. Maybe the plot is not there, which the plot's a big part of a rating. So
yeah,
but
there's a stigma that comes with the Marvel movie. Obviously, there's the Marvel humor, and they're all cookie cutter movies. They're all the same thing. There's that same stigma of bigger, better version of the main villain of the main character is just your villain, and that's bad. I disagree with Ironmonger. I think Ironmonger is just it's bigger, badder Tony Stark, effectively, in the fight scenes. But I think he's a great villain, and I think he gets short stack because he's just big bad like Tony Stark. They're not at all.
I mean, he's giant evil robot Jeff Bridges.
That I agree.
If it's not Jeff Bridges, I don't know if it's as good.
That's what I'm saying.
But
and I agree.
So, and I think this is where you and I differ from a lot of people on it. You get that cookie cutter origin movie. The thing is like, okay, this is the one that sets that precedent. So I don't know if it's held to the same ruling there.
Yeah, and I just think it's good.
Like, if you look at I'm going to pick on Ant-Man. If you look at Ant-Man, the Ant-Man villain just being Ant-Man but evil is a bit weaker because this is the upteenth movie that we've done it. This is maybe not the first, but the first in this line that's doing
And I think Ant-Man's the one movie you can't use that with because it's not... Scott Lang and that guy aren't brought up the same way. Like, they're not in the same world. Like, he's a thief who ends up coming across a suit. That guy is effectively Hank Pym's protege.
I think you can make that argument.
You can. I'm saying it's just not
movies.
The perfect. If there were any movie to try and be like spin that's not the case, I think Ant-Man's that movie. I think it's why I like Ant-Man because I don't really like aesthetically I see it that way, but I
think you can do that with a lot of these though.
Yeah,
because I think that's what makes that story
I
work.
think what we come to find out is there's a lot of revisionist history on some of these movies, and some of these movies are peak. Some of them are ass, though.
Yeah. There's a lot of revisionist history with the MCU.
Yes.
I can agree with this.
I agree. I think one of my only other 10 has been hit very hard by revisionist history.
So I had an idea a couple weeks ago of what I thought was going to be an extremely easy endeavor. I waited a couple weeks, worked on it a bit myself because it takes me a bit longer to do these sometimes. And then when I thought I would be good in about a week, I texted Tanner, and in a almost like boss demanding a project,
it
was like...
There was no conversation.
Yeah, there was not. I told him what to do. And said, make me a roster of Super Smash Brothers Echo Fighters. You have 1 week. Technically, you got an extra day on me, because I said do Monday, and it's Tuesday, but...
Oh, yay.
It was like, basically, every Ultimate character that doesn't have an Echo Fighter, give it an Echo. This was something.
Yeah, it was.
I both had fun with this, and both lost my mind over this.
This is my least favorite thing I think we've ever done.
Oh, well, I think part of the idea was that I don't want to say it was like an obvious thing to do, but it was like something that at some point, if you're looking at Smash Bros. Roster's idea, you kind of have to come to it. And I just want to be like, well, let's just do it. And it's done. And then we can say, yeah, we did the Echo Fighter. We don't have to do it again. Because...
You know what? Okay. Before we get a game with a bigger roster that'll make me want to kill myself more, I hear you.
You don't want to do a bigger roster? I just want to do a bigger... I don't want to have to cut people. Every video game character that ever existed, please. Give me a search function in the menu and we're good. Hey, these WWE games have like 400 fucking roster members. Why can't Smash Brothers?
Okay, man.
So, how did you end up going about this?
I sent an image of the full Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster screen to my girlfriend. I had her pull it up on her phone, and then she walked from left to right through the roster. I wrote down the name of every character, put an equal sign next to it, and then just came up with an idea for that character. And I worked down the other than the characters that already come preloaded.
Yeah. I just copy and pasted. I took the roster page from Wikipedia and pasted that into Sheets, and it made a nice little table. I had to make some edits. Move the already established echoes over to the side, add the fighter numbers, so that way I could do it. That list was in alphabetical, so that took a split screen at work last night to just okay, Mario's 1, Donkey Kong is 2,
Yeah, that's why.
Link is
Yeah.
3. Because I didn't know.
That's when you go left to right on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But I have it in a table on Sheets, so I can sort it by fighter number. I can sort it alphabetically. I can do whatever.
Right.
So to go over the already established echoes, just to throw them out: Samus to Dark Samus, Peach to Daisy, March to Lucina, Roy to Chrom, Pit to Dark Pit, Ryu to Ken, Simon to Richter. Did you make any other edits in that vein?
No, but I have a question for you before we start.
All right, let's...
2 questions.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me who the Echo Fighter is, but who is the easiest for you to do an Echo Fighter for?
Ooh. So I would say there are a couple that were easy. I'm gonna say Donkey Kong, looking at my list.
Okay.
He is one to where I see it and it's done. The Kirby characters I kind of already had choices in my head for. There were some that... Oh, Yoshi was also very easy. There were some... Yeah.
Struggled.
Okay.
I would be shocked if we didn't come up with the same person, but I was like, I really don't want to do that, but I ended up just doing it.
Some of those I just ended up going. I tried very hard to not do the obvious pick on so many of them.
Same.
Because I didn't just want to have a list of... I didn't want to just have a list of what could just be alternate costumes.
Kinda, yeah.
It's okay if you ended up that way. But
I think some of them there was unavoidable, but
it is what it is.
my easiest one was Captain Falcon.
I think Captain Falcon I end up with the easier one.
Who was your hardest person to come up with one for?
Ice Climbers.
Okay, that's one. Other than the one I didn't come up with an answer for, my hardest one was probably Mr. Game & Watch.
So when by the time I had sent you the thing, I had come up with a banger idea for him.
I'm happy for you.
But he was definitely I would have him marked as one of the hard ones, definitely. Also took me a while to get one for Duck Hunt. Took me a bit.
Okay. What is the one you're most proud of?
Mr. Game & Watch.
Is Mr. Game & Watch?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of Bowser and my Diddy.
I think I did a basic one for Diddy Kong. I'm curious what you did for Bowser, because I like what I ended up doing with Bowser, but I want a better option.
Okay.
If that may. There's a couple of these where it's I agree with what I did. I like what I did. I wish it was better.
Okay.
The only one that I am actually upset about. I know I said I had ones in mind for all the Kirby characters. I went around and around on DDD because I wanted a different one, and then eventually accepted to do the obvious one.
Okay. The Kirby characters, I knew nothing. So, the Meta Knight one is horrible. And I hate my Meta Knight one.
I'm also proud of Sheik, and the reason why I'm proud of Sheik is I have not ever touched a Zelda game. And I was
the Zelda ones were a little bit harder.
I was looking stuff up. I ended up tapping my one friend for help, and he's like, well, did you do any? And I sent him 2 that I had done, and he's like, trash this one. Your Sheik one is already really good. Keep it. So I'm a little bit proud that I somehow managed to pluck it.
We'll see. Maybe I'm cooking and I didn't know.
So, but all of my Zelda ones, and Hero, and Xenoblade ones were done with help of my friend Robbie, who has played all of those games and is extremely happy. And that's something I did too. And we can get to them later. Pyra and Mythra, originally, I was going to split them and have Mythra just be an echo of a fully done Pyra. And then I was told what their actual in-game story is and realized that I shouldn't do that and they should stay together.
Okay.
It's okay if you did that.
I didn't.
But, okay.
I kept them together.
I didn't know what their deal was, and I learned what their deal was, and I was like, oh, so they kind of, them being linked is pretty important. It would turn out. So
Yeah.
But do you want to go down the fighter number list?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so
Who's your Mario? Who's your Mario Echo Fighter?
for my Mario Echo Fighter, I have Toad.
I hate that.
He is playable in many.
I have Toad,
Okay.
but not for Mario.
Okay. I'm interested to see where he lands. Toad's playable in a lot of the Mario games now, and he does the same thing that Mario did. A lot of those new Mario Brothers games, it's like Mario. Your playable characters are like Mario, Luigi, Peach, and then a couple of colored Toads. So.
I have 2D Mario.
Okay.
Specifically Super Mario Brothers 3 Mario. Because they continue to take Mario with the new games in that direction. You can show more love to the 2D Mario games
Absolutely.
on the Mario Echo Fighter.
Mario gets way too much love in my list.
Kind of has to.
And that's why I think it's okay. But
Yeah.
like I'm a little bit iffy on it. Not gonna lie to you.
For being the DK fanboy that I am, I hate my Echo Fighter for DK. I don't hate it because it's still sick, but it's Funky Kong.
Same.
It's hard to not because Funky Kong's so cool, but I want to do something. I want to do something fun, but it's Funky Kong. If I had the chance to have Funky Kong in Smash, I would.
Yeah, exactly. I thought with DK, I was like, I wonder if he's going to bring something more creative, because immediately I'm just like, I want that guy in the tank top. What was his name? I don't know anything about DK. I was just like,
him.
I don't think that's Cranky Kong, is it? And I just looked up the alternates, like, oh no, it's Funky? Okay. And I made sure to name check it, because I knew who I wanted.
Yeah.
I knew who I wanted.
He is the GOAT. This was one of my harder ones. What do you have for Link?
I have Fledge.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't play these games.
I have Girahim. I have the main villain from Skyward Sword.
I have him later on.
Okay, so he is here. I didn't know what to do for Link. I was so confused.
And Fledge is also a character in Skyward Sword.
Let me see Fledge.
Oh, hold up.
I want to see him.
That's Fledge. I asked an actual Zelda player for these, so just keep that in mind when these are something.
Oh.
And then next would be Yoshi. For Yoshi, I did Birdo.
I also did Birdo. I didn't want to, but I did. I almost did. There is a gangster dinosaur in Super Mario RPG. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But he's like similar to a Yoshi. And if that's actually just coming to me right now, I would do that instead of Birdo. But Birdo also should probably just be in Smash Brothers, so give it to Birdo.
So where did you land on Kirby?
I went with the only other protagonist that I've ever seen in a Kirby game. I love Prince Fluff. He's the GOAT.
It's fine. Prince Fluff is fine. He appears in one game.
And it's a really good game.
It is. I keep seeing for the Kirby Echoes Prince Fluff, Prince Fluff, Prince Fluff, and it's like, I don't hate it, but also I feel like you can just do Waddle Dee and it works.
It's because I would want Bandana D.
Yeah, you can do that. Bandana
I would
Waddle
do
Dee with the spear.
the more I think about it, if I were to do Bandana D, I'd put him over Meta Knight.
You could do that too. You could easily.
And you know
do that
what?
too.
I'm gonna pivot to that.
Okay, so Meta Knight later on at
Yeah.
number 27
Yeah.
when we get there.
Who'd you do for Fox?
So for the 3 Star Fox characters, and we'll get to the other 2 later,
Oh yeah.
I kind of just looked up on the Star Fox wiki, looked at the characters, tried to suss out 3, and then imagine where theirs would go. I think my 3 choices are good. Now, if they're on the right characters, who knows?
Okay.
But for Fox, I have Slippy.
I originally had Fox on Slippy and then pivoted.
All right.
I have Crystal.
Later. She is one of the other 3 that I chose,
Okay.
so I just have her on later. Because again, I feel like I got the correct 3. I just feel like I didn't. Maybe I didn't land.
I will guarantee you we don't have the same 3. Because I
Okay.
think my third guy you don't have.
Okay.
If we do, banger pick.
Okay. Who
I have Pikachu, right?
Did you find the Pokemon ones hard in any capacity?
Yes.
Okay.
Very hard.
They were like mid-tier difficulty for me.
Like
I had to think.
Jigglypuff was like in the top 3 hardest characters for me. And I hate the decision I came to.
I could tell a little story about Jigglypuff when we get there, I think.
I wanted to cut Jigglypuff.
It was like, Pokemon ones were one of the ones where it was a bit hard because you have to consider a lot of things. But also, I just think the knowledge is just so deep for both of us that it just wasn't...
No, I hated it.
I could think of options. Unlike
I
some
could
of
think of options, but I hated all of them.
Yeah. Here's what it is. Who'd you end up doing for Pikachu?
Raichu.
Okay. I did Mimikyu.
I knew you wanted to do that, and I don't see how that works at all. Like Mimikyu. I just don't see how it
Do a
works.
lot of the same things, but it replaced the animations with ghost effects instead of electric effects, and you end up pretty okay.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't see... I don't see how Mimikyu as a character fits over Pikachu, other than that they look the same. Because they're both two very different things.
That's like half the battles that they look the same.
Kind of, I guess. Alright, what's next?
Luigi, who was actually a lot harder than I thought he was going to be.
When you sent me the text of what we were doing, he was the first one I thought of, and I thought about it in maybe 3 seconds.
Alright, who'd you end up doing for
Gooigi.
I ended up on Gooigi.
Gooigi is peak.
I really didn't want to for some reason, and then I
He's just make him extra bouncy. Just make him worse Luigi.
Worse Luigi.
Just more... No, but like worse in the fact that like Luigi has just been weird in Smash every year. Just make him extra weird Luigi. Just make... everybody who plays Gooigi, you just want them to die first. Like, you play a 1v1v1v1, and it just becomes a 1v1v1. Because you all team up on that one guy, because fuck Gooigi.
How hard did you find the 2 Earthbound characters?
They were hard.
No one plays these games. No one plays
They were in
these games.
Japan!
They had US versions. So for NES, I did Ninten, who was apparently the protagonist of the first one.
Yes, he is, and I forgot about Nintendo, which would have been my answer. I did Jeff.
Okay. Ninten looks exactly the same, but
Yeah.
in less polygons.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, sure.
So, you know, I'm happy with my Jeff then.
Okay.
Because he just is an inventor that makes shit, and I can just imagine the B being a rocket instead.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of giving him the horribleness up B, you can give him just rocket boots or some shit. Strap a rocket to his back. Alright, what's next? Oh, Ken Falcon! This was the layup for me. This is Black Shadow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did tap a friend of mine who is a noted F-Zero fan, and he just went, well, the obvious answer.
Yeah, it's just a Black Shadow.
But here's a couple others if you want to consider.
Samurai Goro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
and
I don't know how that works.
you just ended up going
If
with Black
echoes
Shadow.
weren't tied to their original character, and I could have an echo that comes from a different series, I would have had Samurai Goro as my Marth. If we would have been able to do Marth. Or, I'm sorry, not Marth, Roy. But Roy is Crom.
I never said you had to keep.
I understand. I didn't do... At some point, I gave that up, but if we're looking at the history of Smash Brothers, there's never been an... Well, unless it's Ganondorf to Captain Falcon in Melee, which was not intentional, but they did. But I guess it was intentional, but I don't know.
I looked to the franchise first, but eventually I had to.
Sometimes I had to be. Yeah.
There are 2 near the very end as like Ultimate's DLC where I just took the chains off and went for these 2 because I cannot think of anything else. You just pick someone from anywhere.
I have one of those coming up.
So, and I'm really proud of one of them, even though I think that it wouldn't make sense for that to happen. I think the comparison is fantastic.
All right, Mr. Pokemon Man. Who's Jigglypuff's Echo Fighter?
So with Jigglypuff, right? I just kept seeing online, everyone was like, well, you just do Wigglytuff. And it's like, okay, but like that's not fun. You have to leave the evolution line, I feel.
I didn't.
So I'm not going to lie to you. How does this work? I have no idea. Maybe this one just doesn't get rest and we do like a Crom and just change one of the moves. But I just picked another ball Pokemon that I like. So I picked Spheal.
Makes no fucking sense. That doesn't work.
Why doesn't it?
Because they don't fly!
Oh, he can bounce. Jigglypuff
He doesn't have multiple jumps!
Jigglypuff doesn't really fly.
I know, but it has multiple jumps. Field can't have multiple jumps.
Just give him multiple jumps.
That's not how that works.
That's how it worked with Jigglypuff.
Because Jigglypuff's a balloon!
Spheal looks like a balloon.
and I look like a Republican. Am I a Republican?
Well,
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I went Igglybuff and just said make it smaller, make it lighter, and make it move faster in the air, and just make it an absolute nuisance.
I like Igglybuff more than Wigglytuff.
Yeah.
I'll give you that at the very least.
Yeah, just make it a smaller Jigglypuff that is harder to hit rest, but it's even harder to hit. But once you hit it, it like dies at 30.
Peach's Daisy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Peach's Daisy, yay.
Where did you land for Bowser?
I went Wart,
Okay.
villain in Super Mario 2.
All right.
He's just a big ass frog. Turn his fire breath into some water moves. Maybe make it just move you instead of just hurt you. He can still do the big jump like his down B. He does big jumps all the time, and he's just a big frog instead of a big lizard.
I like that more than where I ended up.
Where'd you end up?
So I ended up with Dark Bowser, which is the final
Yeah.
villain to Bowser's Inside
That
Story.
story, yeah. I don't hate that, but
Which I think the Mario and Luigi games get like no
they're peak and they're so
anything
good.
for being as good as they are.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I liked Wart. I want Wart and everything. I've used Wart like multiple times on this podcast for
have,
stuff.
yeah.
I like Wart. I think Wart's cool.
I think that's cool. I think it's fitting.
Yeah.
So I'll give that to you.
Now Ice Climber. Who did you come with Ice Climbers?
I don't like this.
Okay.
But I don't know what else to do. So I have Mario and Luigi from the role-playing games, from the Mario and Luigi games.
You know, I actually really like that answer, but I went with Toad and Toadette.
Okay. All right. Sure.
You know, like, this is where my Toad comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, but I really like Mario and Luigi because that's like, but it's kind of.
Mario is in this game twice already. I like yours more.
Bro,
just for
there's
that reason.
four. There's 4 links.
Who's the fourth?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Oh, all right.
Who's your Sheik? You were proud of this. Your boy tells you he was proud of you for this. What
So
is it?
I have Impa.
I have Impa too.
I'm just glad I got
Another
there
one of
on
the
my own.
easiest ones.
Yeah.
Who's your Zelda?
I have Hilda.
I have Fee.
Okay.
I did another Skyward Sword character.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know who that is.
Who's your Dr. Mario?
The most boring possible answer.
I have another Mario.
I have Dr. Luigi.
I have Metal Mario.
Okay. Fine.
He's in. They put him in all the racing games. He's like a villain in the story of Smash Brothers and Melee.
You fine.
I like Metal Mario.
It's fine. Where did you land for Pichu?
+1.
Okay. So I was looking at Pichu's one, and I have Eevee just replace the electricity with the stars from Swift, and it's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be electric. Electric doesn't do anything extra in Smash Bros.
I get it.
Like,
It does, but I get it. I guess then what? You're up B. You're doing quick attack. I guess.
yeah,
Okay. Whatever.
which
works.
is what Pikachu's is anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's not completely out
My
of there.
man wants Eevee in that game.
Part of me, if I had went back, I was not going to do Puzzle or Minum. I saw all of the Pika clones. It was going to be someone
just
else.
the same thing.
Yeah, it was going to be someone else. I did. Eevee was one of the ones I put down, and I was not going back to figure out something else.
Falco, this is where I have Slippy.
And oddly enough, this is where I have Crystal.
I just think because Slippy jumps because he's a frog. That's
I
literally the
believe
only
you.
thing. And then I thought maybe a shorter Falco does something, a couple of little things differently. Maybe make him like Luigi a little more slidey, not as responsive.
Yeah, I believe you. I don't really know much about those games, so
Yeah, I just like Slippy. Slippy had to be here.
okay.
Mount Martha's Lucina, obviously.
Yeah,
Young Link. I have Linkle.
I have coffee. That person
I don't know anything
from
about
Majora's Mask, apparently.
Ooh.
So there you go.
I know Linkle exists because I believe they were in the Dynasty Warriors Zelda game.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yep.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
That was one for my original Link one was going to be, and I was calling it Queen Zelda, and it was Zelda from that game.
Okay.
Letting her actually kind of be a sword fighter instead. Robbie was like, it's cool, but here's something better.
Big Robbie.
So,
Who do you have for Ganondorf?
this is where I have Girahim.
Oh, I think that's bad. I think that's a bad answer.
I just give the shrug. Cause
I just did
actually
Beast
don't
Ganon.
know. Okay.
Just let him be more just finally give us Magic Ganon. Let him have more magic stuff. Make him faster. Make him maybe a little less you know, because Ganon's kind of like doing, even though it probably should be swapped. It should be that fucking regular Ganon is slower and stronger, and then, or the opposite. He should be more of a wizard but let's figure Beast Ganon, Pig Ganon. Let him.
Yeah.
I just a big guy, you know. Who do you have from Mewtwo?
So Mewtwo, I went around and around about. And
Did you really?
I feel like I ended up on a boring one that I like, which is with a lot of these end up.
Okay.
So I have Deoxys.
I also have Deoxys.
Okay.
There was like a triumvirate of 3 Pokemon that I was like, I feel like these should be the answers, but I don't know on which one they should go to. And then I think it like hit me. I'm like, oh no, just move him here, him here. Oh, that's perfect, done.
Yeah.
Roy is Crom.
Yeah.
And I'll let you have Game & Watch, but I'll start. So then I'll let
Yeah.
you, because you seem to be, I think, quite proud of your Game & Watch. I have Mrs. Game & Watch.
Okay. I've seen this before. It's like, just do...
Have I had no idea. Obviously, I'm like, what do I have no clue. There was a point where I had the Mario smack 'em from the Mario Art game where he just just that and fuck it. I hate this shit.
Yeah, so then that's pretty much where everyone just ends up. It's like, what do you do for a character that doesn't exist? And you just end up putting a misses on it. So this is one where I jump to something else. And I think this can work and it be really cool. I have Paper Mario.
Yeah, that was my other thought, but I was like, I don't know. It felt disrespectful to not have him as his own character, but I still like it.
Yeah.
Because it's odd how easily you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know my Meta Knight has been switched. It was Mark's. I now have it as Bandana D.
Okay. I have it as Galactonite. There's like 3 Meta Knight clones you can do. Galactonite.
Morphinite. I was thinking about.
Dark
I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
So, I just like Galactia. I like.
He's cool. I like that one. He's in Superstar Ultra, right?
Yeah.
I really like that character.
Probably exclusively knowing Sakurai.
Pit, Dark Pit. This is another one that this was the only one where I was like, I really don't care if this works. I don't care about this character.
I looked up an answer, I got one, and I put it down. So
do we both have Psylocke?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna hate this next one.
Maybe. Let's see. I don't know that much about
Wario.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What is your Wario?
I have Waluigi.
What? I never thought about that.
So you gotta change some skin stuff, like change the motorcycle to a Mario Kart bike. Maybe either change the fart to a different move or make it less powerful because he's taller.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have the fart.
That's what people keep saying, and I just. But like we have
because
precedent.
Wario's thing is being disgusting. Waluigi's not a disgusting guy.
But like there is the precedent with the Echoes to have 1 or 2 moves be changed. So
I have Baby Wario.
Okay.
I hate it, but it's also ridiculous.
One I saw for Ice Climbers a lot was Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, which I kind of just layupped from. But
Snake?
Okay, so for Snake, I saw 2 options. I landed on Raiden.
Yeah, they just don't play the same. I like that character more, but I think it's just Big Boss. It was Big Boss or Liquid Snake for me.
And then
because they have to play somewhat similar, and Raiden is literally just like a samurai ninja guy, which is not at all what Snake is, at least in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, sure. The other name was Big Boss. Like I just
actually who I wouldn't hate if you do Raiden on top of Sheik. That I think works. Actually, you could put Raiden on top of Sephiroth too, and that would probably work. Ike, I have Hector.
Same.
What a big. That's a game I played, so I knew a little bit. But the rest of I'm struggling with the.
Most of the Fire Emblems were look up what other people are saying, search the characters they're saying, and if I get the inkling, it's fine. What got me with Hector was I looked it up and his art had an axe, and from what I understand, Ike is supposed to have an axe but doesn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, perfect, we'll just do it again.
Yes. So what gen did you pick your Pokemon trainer to be?
So I want to shout out an idea that I saw that I didn't. I ended up going with Helen.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's 3. Did you give any thought to your Pokemon trainer?
No, I just put Gen 3 and moved on. I might not, but the Zeitgeist does. If I were... You know what? I'm pivoting. I'm going Gen 4.
Okay.
I'm going to do Grottle. I might do 1 for 1. Grottle right here. I'll do Piplup for Squirtle. Grottle for Ivysaur. And then I'll do... Charizard becomes Infernape, and then he just stays on the ground. Well, to be fair, Charizard don't really be flying that much in his moveset anyway.
I didn't even think about the flying when I did mine. I did Trico, Combustkin, and Swampert. My thought process was, so I picked a couple of gens that I knew I could make work, and it was like, well, either I need to, in my head, I either need to match it 1-1 type-wise, or it needs to be completely different all the way through. I was going to do Johto, but I ended up with Cyndaquil, Bayleaf, and Feraligatr, and I didn't want to have the 2 be switched and have the grass be the second in both. So, and then I looked at Unova, and then
Then we don't look at the rest of that trash.
I thought about Kalos, but I was like, we're not going to do that for Greninja's on this fucking roster.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up there. Now, I saw a good idea that I don't think quite works, but I like where the headspace is at, and it was to make the Echo Giovanni and use
I like that
his
idea.
Pokemon. I don't think the Pokemon choices rounded out, and I didn't look more into that, but I like it. I like where the headspace
I like that.
is
That's
there.
big.
So I'll do my Diddy, because you sound very proud of your Diddy.
Diddy! Hey, yo! Sorry, go ahead.
So for Diddy Kong, I just have Dixie Kong.
I don't have Dixie.
Okay.
Because I'm a notorious Dixie hater.
Oh, I didn't
because
know
I hate
this.
women. So I have
That I
Donkey
did know.
Kong Jr.
Okay.
from the original Donkey Kong, or Donkey Kong Jr. on the Atari and all the old ones. Just because he's a really cool character. And they brought him back in the kart game as a 2D sprite into a 3D thing, but he still looks like the 2D sprite. It's really cool and I really like it. So I would just do that again.
Let's round out Earthbound.
I picked Klaus.
Okay. So for Lucas, I have Kumatora. Don't ask me who that is.
Let's just move on. Who cares?
All right. I love this. Sonic! Which obvious choice did you go with?
So bad I wanted to pick Metal Sonic. Just because I like him a lot. I picked Shadow.
I just did Shadow.
It's hard not to.
I didn't even really care to... I like Metal Sonic, and I don't see why we don't have a Metal Sonic skin for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's enough to do the Echo with. You just...
So, tell me who you were trying to make work, and then you ultimately just went with Bonkers.
I was trying to find anything else, man.
I know,
I didn't
right?
even get to the point where I was trying to make something to work, because if I could get to that point, normally I could hack it, but I just couldn't even get that close. So yeah,
It's hard.
It ends up being Bonkers.
Oh, Alamar, I just did Alf. I just
Alf.
said you're no longer a skin, you're now a character.
Yep. We're good. Where did you end up for Lucario?
Urshifu.
Okay.
I was proud of that one.
I like that one.
I was trying to force Zoroark on him. And I'm like, which kind of works, but I'm like, I don't really like it, though.
Which is just what I ended up doing. I just did Zoroark.
Well, I used Zoroark somewhere else.
Okay, I do like your Shifu, though.
Thank you.
That's really nice.
I'm very proud of this one. I want you to go first.
I am, too. I wonder if we did the same one.
No, stop. What did you do?
I did the Ancient Minister for Rob.
Oh, just the Rob with a dress on?
Yeah! We get a Smash Bros. Rep in Smash Bros.
It's just Rob. It's just a character skin.
Josh, it's fine.
I did the balance board.
You're gonna have to make it work to me.
What the fuck does Rob do? He spins. Just
shoots
make the balance
lasers.
board spin. Let it shoot a laser. Let its chest open up and shoot a fucking laser.
He throws a top.
Did he just throw his leg? I don't know. It's the balance board.
That was my issue with Rob for a lot of it. Was I was trying to get things like, but like Rob does Rob things.
It's either that or I was going to do the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy was the other one, but I thought the balance board had more character because, like, when you play Wii Fit, he'd be, like, dancing and shit in the background. That was literally it. I was like, oh, the Virtual Boy, he could shoot the lasers, everything would be red, he could do all kinds of stuff.
Like, I think I like...
But the balance board be dancing, so I'm doing the balance board.
I think I like the balance board more than the Virtual Boy, but like it's...
The Virtual Boy works. The Virtual Boy I could actually just make work, but balance board be dancing. Alright, let's get... This is where it gets
You can
bad.
get a Smash Bro rep in Smash Bros.
It's just Rob. Alright, who you got next?
For Toon Link, I have Ravio.
I have Four Swords Link. The Link from the Four Swords series. And I'm doing the 3D to 2D thing again.
Okay.
Why?
It's just another Link.
That's what I'm saying, that was my other Link.
Wolf.
Who do you have for Wolf?
I have Leon.
What a good man. What a good...
And he doubted me.
I didn't doubt you. I didn't think you would, but if you do, that's me. Yeah, I have Leon Paul.
Not gonna lie, I just looked at Wolf's team and was like, who looks the cool? I like the lizard. Give me the lizard.
Love that. For the villager?
I'm interested to hear what yours is.
Tom Nook. The only other character from Animal Crossing I know.
So for villager, so naming the actual character is a little weird, but I essentially went through and chose 8 named Animal Crossing villagers. And I did some research for this one. Oh, Hannah's looking at me, I don't like it. I chose Marshall, Raymond, Enka, Joey, Colton, Rizzo, Stitches, and Raymond. And you might be thinking...
Raymond. I like Raymond.
If you're listening, you might be thinking, Zach, isn't one of those, like, hated? And to that I say, dear viewer or listener, do you really think I would do that? Do you think I would go through, pick 7 top-rated ones, and then pick one at the bottom of the table?
Hates.
Would I do that to them? Would I do that?
I hate them. Do we all not like
I
Raymond?
absolutely fucking did. Rizzo's at the bottom of those
I
tables.
love Rizzo! I love the Muppets. Yeah, just pick Tom Nook.
I may have did that later.
Who, Mega Man? Who's your Mega Man guy?
So I don't know Mega Man enough to really be able to say if I stand on him. I have Prototype Man. I don't know if that's correct or if there's a better
Just
one.
Proto Man. Proto Man is his name. It's not Prototype Man. Proto Man is what I also have. I almost had base, and then I almost just did Mega Man X. It would just make him faster, taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less defense. Alright, we have the same thing for Wii Fit.
I would assume.
Yeah, we both have the Ring Fit girl.
Yeah.
Peak.
I didn't want to do it, but I...
He had to.
Yeah.
Little Mac?
You skipped one.
I did?
Unless my numbers are off. Where do you have Rosalina?
Oh, no, I don't have Rosalina.
Oh.
I'll put her right in right here. Huh. Well, tell us about your Rosalina.
So I have Ashley in red from the WarioWare.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I hear you. I don't know if I care for it.
There might be a better option. I
have a better option right now.
Okay.
Queen Bee.
Sure.
Queen Bee from Mario Galaxy. And then you just give her one of her little bees, can be her Loomis, and she just summons little bees. That's my answer, and I love my answer.
It's not bad.
Alright, who do you have for Little Mac?
I have Mr. Dream.
I have the same guy. I have Mr. Sandman.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can't have Mike Tyson.
I just have Mike Tyson after Mike Tyson left.
Yeah, which is Sandman.
Yeah.
Or maybe he is Mr. Dream, and I thought his name was Sandman.
Maybe it's different. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
It is Mike Tyson, but I can't have Mike Tyson.
Facts. And I wanted to do King Hippo, but that's too different.
Yeah.
Greninja. I almost did Glass Joe and just made Little Mac worse in every way.
Greninja. So this one was fun.
Was it?
I had a lot of fun trying to justify.
I had just
any
Zoroark
character.
from earlier. You already had Zoroark. I used Zoroark because I thought they made sense.
So I ended up with Meowscarada.
Okay.
Again, you just change effects.
Yeah.
Over. I went through. It wasn't intentional to do another starter or to do a starter from a newer gen. It was like looking and seeing who could move a bit like Greninja, who could do all these things. I think Meowscarada ends up working now. In reality, didn't actually have Meowscarada in my head when I first thought of it. I had Florigato, the middle, with her yo-yo, is what I had. But Meowscarada is probably the correct one to do.
I thought about Shift Tree.
Yeah.
Because he's literally just a ninja tree, but... Palutena, we both have Medusa. No?
Okay, I have Medusa.
Okay.
I think my numbers are...
Who do you have next?
Okay, well, first of all, I think the Miis are next, no?
I left the Miis for the end, but okay.
Okay, that's fine. And then, for some reason, on my numbers, I next have Bayonetta, but she's definitely not before Palutena, so I don't know how
she's
she
in the
ended up there.
DLC,
Yeah, like, I know that in the head.
Okay.
So, she just got a 5 instead of a 6. She's 63, not 53. That's what happened.
There we go.
So, you said it, and you said Palutena, and I went, I have Miis and Bayonetta. I was like, Bayonetta does not belong there. But, yeah, Palutena, I just had Medusa. It's the classic, I looked it up and it said 1, and I was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Did you do something interesting for Pac-Man, or
No,
did you do the
I
basic?
didn't.
I wanted to, and I couldn't.
I couldn't think of anything.
Neither could I.
I just did Miss
I
Pac-Man.
did Miss Pac-Man.
Robin. Do you have Marielle too?
I have Cecilia.
Oh, who cares? Shulk. I have Rain. Who do you have?
I have Malos.
Cool. Who cares?
It's just another user of that same sword.
Yeah. Bowser Jr. I love this one, and you're gonna hate it.
Okay.
I think so. I just have the Koopa Kid. Bowser's kids before the Koopalings.
Yeah, alright.
But the ones that were in Mario Party
Yeah.
that you could play as the Koopa Kid. I was like, I just think that works.
It's fine. I have Lakitu.
I don't hate that.
Place the thing.
I
in
like
the
that.
cloud,
I do like that. I like it too.
Be a little fun. Oh, this fucking character.
Okay, Duck Hunt. Do you want me to go first, or do you want you to go first?
You can go first.
Mine says, fuck you, Zach. That's what mine says. Stupid character. It sucks. I hate it.
I tried.
I sat here for an hour. Like, what could I do? What could I even do? Fuck you. Fuck you and everything you stand for.
I tried so hard to make every other classic character work and fucking couldn't. I tried. You have no idea how long I was sitting at work with a pen and a paper last night trying to make fucking Dig Dug work. I couldn't. It's impossible.
It's not even a Nintendo character. It's an Namco character.
I tried, alright? I did find something, though.
What?
I have... Do I get these names right? Here we go. Underdog and
I hate it.
Yamamura.
Yeah, I never
They're
heard about
from
these.
fucking Mario Maker and Mario Paint and some
Yeah.
nonsense, but it's a dog and a bird.
Yeah.
It works. I agree this character's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it sucks.
Ryu is Ken.
Breeders Can Cloud. I'm sure we have different ones here.
Maybe.
Because I didn't see, when I looked up later for stuff, nobody had the guy I had as Cloud. So.
Okay. So I probably want what you have, but couldn't get there myself, so I just have Zach Fair.
I did Squall.
Okay.
He has a gunblade. That is literally it, and I know
That sounds fucking
it's Final
awesome.
Fantasy VIII. Yeah, he's cool.
And I was like, I do not have the Final Fantasy knowledge, and people were like, well, yeah, well, Zach Fair, he's his friend, he's not really in the game, but he does the Buster Sword, and I was like, okay, that sounds like the most boring possible answer, though.
Yeah.
However, I do not have the bag for this game to be able to pull out something better.
Yeah. Who do you have for Corrin?
Yuden. Euden.
Okay. I have Tiki, because she turns into a dragon, just like Corrin does.
Yeah,
But then I thought that was a little lame, and also didn't work. So I did Ryoma.
Okay.
He's a big red samurai guy. And I just figured with the way Corrin works, other than the dragon thing, which I think you can just change into, like, I slam my sword into the ground and it becomes, fire shoots out or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Plus, Ryoma is, like, the coolest character they've ever made. Look at Ryoma right now. Just do it real quick for yourself. Ryoma Fire Emblem. That guy is cool. Ryoma.
Man, that is the most anime-astic character.
I know, right? He's cool. Who do you have for Bayonetta?
I have Janine.
Yes, I also have Jean. I almost did the
Is
black
it Jean
guy.
or is it Janine?
Oh, it might be Janine. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. It's
Who cares? Inkling.
Octolink.
Yep. Ridley.
I have Omega Metroid. Metroid and its Omega stuff.
Okay, I just have Meta Ridley, but that sounds fun. Who cares about those games? They waited 18,000 years to get Metroid 4 and then nobody bought it.
Simon and Richter, who did you land on for King K. Rool?
So I have just realized that I did not finish my list.
Oh god, no!
I was like, yeah, no, I finished. And I just have K. Rool equals. So you go ahead and I will cook up just like I did with Queen Bee.
So I have Lord Frederick.
Who is that?
He's a villain of a Donkey Kong game and looks like a giant motherfucker. From Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Is it the
That's
bear?
what he looks like.
The walrus, yes, I was thinking about him. Yeah, I guess. It feels weird it not being a Kremling, but... Yeah,
This is a shitty ass Mario game.
that's fair. Yeah, I'll go with that. Lord Frederick.
I do think Lord Frederick looks cool as hell though.
Yes, we love him. Isabel, I have KK Slider.
This is where I have Tom Nook.
Yeah, who cares? Incineroar. The greatest character in Smash Brothers history.
See, you know what's funny about Incineroar? I had him down and I'd done all the other Pokemon and I was like, who do I fucking do? I sat for so long trying to think and then I was not doing anything related to this, was just scrolling Reddit and saw something else and was just like, oh, Incineroar is probably the most obvious one, and I'm just a dumbass.
Yeah, I just went with Ariel Incineroar.
Oh.
Who'd you give?
I have Halucha.
I also have Halucha. Just Ariel Incineroar. Just make it smaller, make it faster, and let it move faster in the air.
Yeah, you're right. That is just Ariel
Incineroar. And then it's the best character that Smash Bros. Has ever created. Piranha Plant, this is your boy. I'll let you have the floor.
This one killed me because I didn't know what to do.
I saw somebody who just said Bone Piranha Plant. I'm like, you are a lame-o.
I saw Bone Piranha Plant. I saw a plant monster from Zelda. I saw a bunch of different things. I ended up going, let's go fun reskin. Let's do a couple things. And let's do Chain Chomp. Yes!
Pete! I did the same thing!
It was one of the ones where, like, I can't think and then when it hit me, I was like, no, that could be really cool.
Instead of, like, where he shoots the ball out with the air or whatever, you just make that, like, the homing attack on Sonic.
Yeah.
So instead of you being a ranged character, you're now a jump-in character? Yes. Joker, I have Crow.
I have Morgana.
Who
Let's
cares?
move on.
Yeah. Hero,
I have Sylvando.
I have the other heroes. Continue.
Okay.
Banjo.
So this is one of my weird fucking ones.
Okay, go ahead.
I let this slide because it's already a third-party character.
Yeah.
I have Ratchet and Clank.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that answer. I went with Conquer.
Okay.
To keep it rare.
Yeah.
Terry.
I have Rock Howard.
Same thing. He's cool. You know what's the best part about doing this show? Is finding the jokes that you put the last time you did this. Who do you have for Byleth?
Sothis?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I have Who Cares. So for Min, I have Springman.
So for Min, I had put Springman. And then I was like, he's the guy on the cover. He probably should have been the rep to begin with. But Min owns a ramen house called Nintendo. So, like, really, it's a win-win. And then
you went with Bark and Bite?
No.
Oh, I thought you would.
So I was then still there, and I was like, wait. And then I read, like, the elevator. And I ended up doing a bit more of a deep dive on ARMS than I want. And then I ended up with Helix, who probably doesn't work because now I have Gooligi, and they're essentially the same thing. It's just a goo version of the thing. But I wrote him down before I decided on Gooligi, so I realized that maybe that's too similar, but I don't care.
Who cares?
Did you do something special for Steve, or did you just
Villager?
Okay.
Who'd you do?
I just did Alex. Just split Alex off.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sephiroth?
This is the one, right? This is the one that this is kind of disrespectful to the franchise I'm pulling from.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
But I think it's the coolest.
You didn't stay Final Fantasy?
I did not stay, because I don't know Final Fantasy enough to do it.
Then I went with just Renaissance Rhapsodos.
Okay.
Like, it's like just a villain to Sephiroth in a different game.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sure there's a better Final Fantasy one like that. But I have Virgil from Devil May Cry.
That's peak. That's a great answer. That's a great
Right?
I changed my opinion.
Right?
You know what? That's a great idea that we had. So tell me your Pyro Mithra. I just have here Pam.
I have Lynn and Elma.
I have Poppy Cutie Pie. I don't know what that is, but it's from that game, and I saw it online, so it went on.
It's just two characters that are also in that game.
Yeah. Kazuya?
I had King. Like, I would not pick King. Like I know you're looking at me like that, and I know there's an actual obvious answer.
Yeah, the answer was Jin.
I
wasn't. I thought this would be another agree, but believe me, if I wasn't the man I was, Kuma would be on my board. But I had to pick Jin. It's literally they're both the devil. They both literally do the same thing.
The idea of there being a Tekken answer and my answer not being King, it doesn't exist.
That's
true.
Just how
that's
true.
Goes.
That's a good point. And then for Sora,
who fucking cares?
No, that's disrespectful.
I have Aqua.
Oh, I have Mickey Mouse. What's more the one more improbable thing than Sora getting smashed? Them literally just putting Mickey Mouse in Smash.
For the first time breaking the video game characters only.
Well, he's in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the epic Mickey one, too.
He did. No, fuck that. I want the Kingdom Hearts Mickey. That Mickey is badass.
Isn't he literally called King Mickey or something in that game?
Yeah, he's like everything.
Well, yeah.
He does everything.
So that happened.
Yeah.
You can say we did Super Smash Bros. Echo.
It was more fun talking about it than doing it.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I was halfway done when I told you to do it, and I hadn't done Link or Zelda and Fire Emblem yet, and like those were the ones that caused me the most trauma. We never did the Mii's. What was your Mii's?
Oh, it's Matt.
I kind of did the same thing, but not really.
What'd you do?
I did Wii Sports Boxer, Wii Sport. I did tennis for Gunner to use the tennis ball, and then batter as the...
I just did Matt, but he just does everything that the Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner did just better. It's like maximized Matt.
Maximized Matt.
Matt was always the boss.
Yeah, it was true.
I just want Matt in everything.
Matt in the unlimited list is one of my
Matt
favorite
is one of the greatest pulls of all time.
I was like, I don't remember who this character is.
Wait, no.
Matt. You know Matt.
Everybody knows Matt.
This is one of our longer ones.
So now, since I ended on the Mickey Mouse note...
Yeah.
So Disney Smash, that's next, right? That thing we've been working on for 6 months.
It is. We should probably come up with a couple of parameters and then decide when we're recording that nonsense.
Yeah, no. When do you want to do that?
I don't know. Mine's essentially done.
Is it done?
Kind of. Depends on what we want to do.
What do you have done? What's your done?
I have a 50 character roster. I have 3 fighter passes done. I have...
How many people per pass?
5 each.
Oh, okay.
I have 10 Echo Fighters done in addition.
Oh, God,
and I have, I think, 40 stages done so far.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I can have that done by next week if you want to do it next week.
And I think I have a dozen items jotted down, but that's not official.
I'm not. I don't give a shit about items. Could not care less.
They're,
I will come up with those on the day.
Okay.
They will flow out of my mouth.
My plan, so you're aware, my plan is to have like 70 or 80 stages.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So, she knows some of the stages. Some of the stages are bangers too.
I know, yeah, you have an expert with you.
I didn't even do it. I told her what I'm doing, and she was like, "Oh wait, that's pretty cool."
Yeah. She's the reason we're doing it.
Which is funny because
she pitched the idea. I was like, "That's actually a banger idea. We need to do that."
I think she has had a lot less influence on my roster than you think that she has.
She should. She should.
She has had influence. She has helped.
I know she put Xenon on that list. I love Xenon. Oh, all right.
I did ask her a question. There were many points where I was like, I want to do this. What's it called? And I
love that. Y'all are not going to be ready for when I main Wendy Wu. I'm about to beat your ass.
I have a DLC fighter pass. Well, that's all.
I know you have a whole live action fighter pass. I'm not dumb.
There's one fighter pass that's just called The Machinations of Zack's Inner Workings, and it's just 5 of the 5 characters that Tanner's gonna hate off the rip. Tanner's gonna question how we got here and why he has agreed to do this in one fighter pass.
Oh, I love that. All right,
but
well, I will work on that. We can do that. Do you want to do that next Monday, or you want to wait another week?
We can play it by ear a little bit more.
Okay. Let me know later on this week. So I need to know if I need to crunch or finish.
I think so. I'll say
I still have a roster of like 160 characters.
That's why I ended up doing echoes, because there were a bunch I wanted to do, and I was like, can I like echo these in? I can't. Boom, 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 boom. I'll say here. I'll give you the week, not the episode after, but the week after what would be the Super Bowl episode, because then we won't have football or baseball to talk about.
Okay.
So we'll have, because like we've pitched over 2 hours today alone, and there's a lot to be cut from this that was dead air, but like so that way we don't have any sports to really talk about, and we can just do whatever the MCU movie we're on, and then go full. So that's roughly.
Hulk, I love you.
So it'll come out like mid-February, right? Because
Super Bowl's in the beginning.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that one. That one's been in the oven for a while.
Yep. All right.
Send us off with something.
Send you off with Go Bears. I hate Caleb Williams, and I hate the Packers.
Go Birds, dickhead.